Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. My name is Margaret Collins. I'm 59 years old, a widow, and I live in a quiet neighborhood in Oregon. For nearly 2 decades, I've worked as an office manager at a law firm. Nothing glamorous, just steady, honest work. I raised 2 children on my own after my husband passed away suddenly when they were still teenagers. Emily, my daughter, is 32. Luke, my son, is 29. I spent most of my adult life making sure they never struggled the way I did. Last Tuesday, I received an email that changed everything. It was from Emily. No subject line. Just her name sitting in my inbox. I smiled before opening it. I assumed it was a quick update or maybe something sweet about her upcoming wedding. We had spoken just weeks earlier. I had already contributed $30,000 to help secure the venue, photographer, and the florist she'd loved since college. But the moment I opened the email, the smile disappeared. Mom, it began. Not dear Mom. Just Mom. Like a label. Emily explained that she, her fiancé Andrew, and his family had finalized the guest list for the ceremony in Napa Valley. After much thought, they decided it would be best for me to watch the wedding via live stream. Andrew's mother wanted to keep things intimate. At the end of the email, she added a line that felt like salt in an open wound. If you still want to be part of it, you can watch through the Google Meet link we've created. Should be just like being there. LOL. I stared at the screen for a long time. My coffee went cold. My hands didn't shake. I didn't cry. Something inside me quietly shifted, like the ground cracking open beneath my feet while I remained standing. I replied with just 4 words. Sure. Enjoy your big day. No anger. No explanation. Just withdrawal. That silence would echo louder than any argument. That morning I went to work as if it were any other Tuesday, but it wasn't. That was the day I stopped pretending my sacrifices meant something to my daughter. The drive was quiet. Oregon's early spring air was cold, but I barely noticed. My thoughts kept circling one question. How did we get here? I remembered standing in front of an old washing machine years ago. Bills spread across the counter, choosing between groceries and Emily's college deposit. I remembered giving up weekends, vacations, birthdays, telling myself there'll be time for me later. There never was. When Emily changed majors twice, I paid. When she moved to New York for a job that didn't last, I covered the deposit and the flight. When Luke wanted to buy a house, I co-signed the mortgage and wrote a $10,000 check without hesitation. I never kept score. But that email made me feel like a transaction. Like I had been useful and now I wasn't. That afternoon I made a decision. After work I drove to the bank. I need to cancel a wire transfer, I told Carlos, the branch manager. The one to the Napa venue. He hesitated. That's a significant amount, Mrs. Collins. Are you sure? I'm sure. It was $50,000, on top of the $30,000 already gone. $80,000 for a wedding I wasn't allowed to attend. When I left the bank I felt calm. Lighter. That night my phone exploded with missed calls. Emily. Luke. Voicemails filled with panic. I turned the phone off. Later Luke showed up at my door, angry and desperate. They're counting on that money, he said. I replied. Not anymore. He accused me of making everything about myself. That's when I asked him to leave. And when the door closed behind him, something unexpected happened. I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. The next morning, Emily's messages shifted from blame to fear. The venue is gone. The caterer is walking. Andrew's parents are furious. Then came the email titled, Please don't ruin my wedding. She said they could talk about letting me attend if the money came first. That's when I knew. My presence was negotiable. My money wasn't. I never replied. Weeks later, the wedding happened without me. Smaller. Quieter. Cheaper. And I was finally okay with that. Emily sent one last email, half apology, half justification. I read it once and archived it. I wasn't angry anymore. I was done. Now I live differently. I go to work. I read novels. I joined a pottery class. I have dinner with people who see me, not what I can give them. I made a new rule for myself. If my presence is negotiable, then so is my effort. And I've learned something I wish I'd known sooner. You don't have to burn yourself to keep others warm. Sometimes the strongest kind of love is the one you finally give to yourself.